Today on the channel, the never-ending best of 2025 countdowns continue with another one, as this time we head to Target, beautiful this time of year, for the top 10 WWE Mattel Legends of 2025.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Top 10 2025 countdown, and this time we're taking a trip to Target for the Legends line, and we're counting down my top 10 favorite WWE Target Legends of 2025. And an interesting year for the Legends, especially at the back half of 2025, as things have really slowed down. We've got that Click set, of course, we know that one with Razor, Diesel, HBK, and Hunter. How do I forget Hunter? We got that set there, peg warming pretty hard as of a couple of days ago. As of filming this, it has went on clearance. I'm hoping that means the Bobby Heenan, Mr. Perfect British Bulldog wave comes very soon, as we've already saw in Series 3, hitting the shores of Australia, even more beautiful this time of year. Watch out for the snakes, Todd McFarlane. But it'll be interesting to see where that line goes next year, as I don't know about you guys, and I'm pretty sure we're on the same page here. Pretty much every single Target Legends set has went to deep clearance. It'll be interesting to see if Target will keep that up or if that'll keep continuing next year. Going to be interesting. You have to think it's not good to go to clearance for either side, be it Target or Mattel, and we could see them back off some of the amounts in the future. So we'll take a note of that as we go to 2026, but we're going to celebrate the best of 2025. An interesting one this year. We did have another greatest hit series. That is in fair play if you want to put those figures in here as well, outside of the regular Legends. Now, this is Elites only. Ultimates do not count as part of this countdown for me. So that's different lists. So check out the Ultimate lists on the channel. But you guys know by now, we're going to start at number 10, work our way to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute favorite Target Legend of 2025. Easy for me to say. But of course, this is my list. Put your list in the comments below. I'm 100% right. You're 100% right. Let's kick it off. Number 10. We begin the countdown, of course, at number 10. And number 10 comes to us from the greatest hits line here at the end of 2025. By no means is this my favorite performer, but I think there's a lot more people that hate this a lot more than I ever did. And it is cool to get this back out there, as this is a pretty hard to find figure. But from the greatest hits shipper, we're going to Terry Taylor. We're going to the Red Rooster. Cock-a-doodle-doo all day long, right, Todd? Right, and that's the Red Rooster here. Now, the old one, I do probably like the old one a hair better than this one. This one is interesting, though, with the extra hands, giving it a little bit more personality. I think I prefer the old face technology to the old one just a little bit over this one, but it still looks like the Red Rooster either way. It looks good with the jacket, looks good with the rooster hair. I guess that's what we'll call it. All in all, a must-have figure in your 80s wrestling collection. And for those that missed out, once upon a time, they got a second chance with the greatest hits here with some improvements. Depend who you ask. But coming in at number 10, Red Rooster. Countdown continues on to the number 9 spot, and we go to the greatest hits line once again. A sleeper shipper, I guess, apparently, as we closed out 2025. But the number 9 selection is very interesting, as I think you show this to most people, are like, oh yeah, I remember that. But we don't. It's like tricking our mind a little bit, because he did not wear this a whole lot, and very few pictures actually show him in this outfit. I remember a video game is where I think of with this one, but either way, glad we got it. Coming in at number 9 with all the meat sauce, we got Virgil, the old bodyguard of the stars, and we've had a lot of Ted DiBiase figures from the infancy of the Mattel line, and we've got a couple of Virgils. Not as many as maybe we do need. Where's that ultimate Virgil? But it's nice to get another Virgil that is different, that we compare with all these Ted DiBiases, and I do like it for this. But this is not an outfit he wore a whole lot, so it's funny, as our mind, it feels like he wore this a lot, but he didn't. So that's a very interesting dynamic with this figure. Either way, it is fun. I love the new money hands for Virgil. Makes a lot of sense. A lot of pizzazz with this one. Coming in at number 9, greatest hits, Virgil. We work our way to number 8 in the countdown here, and this is one I had to pick up a second one when it went down to clearance to $6.89. My favorite era of the character, but not everybody else's, and I hear about it all the time, but coming in at number 8, it's Big Evil himself. It is the Undertaker, aka the Underbiker. I love this figure a lot. You got the ski hat over there. You can take that off if you want to. You can take the shirt over the top. I bought 2 of these to make it look different. So I really did enjoy this version of the Undertaker. I've always said I preferred this over the Dead Man character. I know I'm crazy. You like what you like, you don't what you don't, as we always say. But this one, really, really fun. Glad to have it in the collection. Undertaker comes in at number 8. Countdown continues to number 7, and number 7 is one of those ones that I always liked from the get-go, but it's grown on me as the year has went on. A fun figure, a guy we have a ton of figures from. It really depends to what era you like of this performer, but coming in at number 7, it's World Champion Edition, Bret Hitman Hart. Always pretty in pink is the old Bret Hitman Hart. Got the title belt, always fun. Got the glasses, even funner. We're here for this one. You're a Bret Hart fan. You probably got this in your collection. A decent one, and one that really didn't hang out a long time. As we talk about a lot of clearance with the Legends line, this Bret, I'm not even sure if I ever witnessed in clearance. I'd have to roll the footage of some toy hunts around that time, but a fairly hard to get one, all things considered, in the Legends line. Bret Hart comes in, number 7. Next up on the countdown, we head to the number 6 spot, and number 6 is an interesting one, and I wonder if it would have been higher if we would have got his tag team partner. Unfortunately, no Bart Gunn in sight, but we did get Billy Gunn once upon a time from the Smoking Guns. Now, Mattel has told me personally in the past, one of their employees, that they don't like putting out tag teams unless they can get that second member. Well, at least they got this one out for whatever reason. Maybe Bart will be in the future, fingers crossed. But this one, I feel, would have been maybe a little higher if we would have got Bart. It would have been really cool to have the tag team. But a lot of us used Rick Rude heads and maybe custom heads to complete the team for now as a stand-in. But this is pretty fun. We've gotten a lot of Billy Gunn figures from Mattel, but we never got the Smoking Guns edition. So very fun to have this one here today. And another one, I got a couple extras on clearance as they did go down to $6.89. But Billy Gunn comes in hot, number 6. Countdowns hit the middle spot. We were at the number 5 selection in the countdown. Of course, get your list together, put it in the comments down below, and check out Patreon, YouTube channel memberships for even more content each and every single day. Plenty of stuff to keep you busy over there. And best of all, support the channel. But here we are at number 5, and we're seeing a little bit of a theme. Good thing I got my Kenny Rogers Western wear on here today. Cheap plug for old Kenny and the Carmen Company. But here we are at number 5, and we got another cowboy. We got a Justin Hawk Bradshaw, and I love Justin Hawk Bradshaw once upon a time. I've always been a pretty big fan of Bradshaw. JBL probably being my least favorite gimmick of his, but there's something about a cowboy that always steals my heart and never lets go. And I'm glad we got this early rendition here. Now, if we could just get the new Black Jakks in tag team form, that would be absolutely amazing. But I like this Bradshaw, and one thing I did that maybe others have done as well, I did pick up 2 of those Monday Night War Curt Hennig figures from 2024, so I could display both looks. One is the country Curt Hennig, and then one is NWO member Curt Hennig. Well, you don't need a cowboy hat for the NWO one, so you have an extra one, and the black hat is perfect for this one. So a pro tip out there if you need to, that's where this black hat came from in my collection. But Justin Hawk Bradshaw comes in number 5. The countdown drags on at number 4. And number 4, you know, I love a rock and roll machine like a young Triumph. I also love man and machine like a young Udo Dirkschneider. Real ones out there know the power of Udo. But I also love a wrestling machine, and that's what we got in the Legends line at number 4 with Kurt Angle. And Kurt, no stranger to the countdowns this year. No stranger to the Mattel Elite line, Ultimate lines, etc. Defining moments. This one pretty fun is it really feels like we haven't got as many bald Kurt Angles by this point as I thought we would have. Have to imagine we got a lot more of those coming in 2026. I guess we'll stay tuned and see what happens. But this is a pretty darn cool figure. Definitely a must-have pickup from the Legends line. Coming in, number 4. Down to the nitty-gritty here at the number 3 selection. And number 3 is a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. I was lucky enough to be in attendance for his Hall of Fame induction ceremony. While this wasn't officially a match from the WWE, I think we could shoehorn this one in here as one of the all-time great legends in his last performance, basically. It is the Great Muta. Of course, Great Muta, an all-timer. We've talked about him a lot throughout the 2025, a lot of different figures. Heck, we even did a top Great Muta countdown of 2025 on the channel. Check that one out. But this one is the most modern day Great Muta figure we're ever going to receive from the Mattel line. A figure so nice, like a lot of others, I bought twice and got this one for $6.89 on clearance. Got to get a deal out there sometimes. But pretty darn cool, of course, celebrating the history of Great Muta and the career of Great Muta in the Legends line. We know Bill over there at Mattel's a huge Muta fan, so he's going to get him in where he can. And I'm glad we got stuff like this, and I am for sure welcoming any more Great Muta figures in 2026. We know we got a retro. Hopefully we get more from there. We'll see what ends up happening here next year. But Great Muta Legend comes in number 3. Almost done with the countdown. We're at the number 2 selection in the Legends line, and I saw this one coming. I said, you're playing all the hits, Mattel. Keep them coming, and I hope we get more of this performer next year. One of my all-time favorites. You guys know the yin and yang of favorites for me. Number 2, we're going to the baby blue. Terry Funk, the regular edition Terry Funk in the Legends line. Old Desperado himself, and even better for me, this is where I came into my Terry Funk fandom in the NWA, WCW, NWA at the time against Ric Flair, Sting, with Gary Hart, Great Muta involved. That was a magical time for me and my fandom as a small kid. Coming and finding something outside of the WWF was mind-blowing to me, and Terry Funk, one of those guys that stole my heart and never let go. And this is where I first heard of Terry Funk. Then, of course, going to the rental store, getting VHSs of his time in the WWF, and then mind being blown later on when I was in high school, seeing the King of the Deathmatch stuff, being able to tape trade and get a lot of the historic Terry Funk stuff. Very special for me. So to get a figure of Terry Funk when I was first introduced to one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, truly special. That's why he comes in number 2, which means there can only be one. What could number 1 possibly be? Well, stay tuned. Here we are. We're at my number 1 Legends figure of 2025. Once again, you got your list together, put it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Always helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel while you're at it. But here we are at number 1. An amazing figure, and if I had to put down my top 5 most wanted figures from Mattel to make, this would have been on the list. So I'm extremely excited to get this one in my collection this year. So many great memories of this match. I'll never forget running home from my parents, and my sister and I were eating at a pizza restaurant. I didn't even want to go because I knew the Clash of Champions was on this night. Me being dumb Kyle, you're a kid, you're kind of dumb. I'm like, I have to be home by 7:05. I'll miss it. I'll miss it. Not knowing as a little kid that, of course, this was going to be the main event. We all knew that, and little Kyle didn't know that, but I ended up sprinting home from the pizza place, ran like 2 miles home. I said, I've got to be there. I got to see this match. And this is my all-time favorite performer, along with the Ultimate Warrior, coming in at number 1. It is the Terry Funk Chase Edition from the Ric Flair I Quit match. The greatest match of all time, tied with Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior for me in my early wrestling fandom. I was so jazzed up for that match. I'd never heard of an I Quit match. I've never seen anything like it. Ric Flair I absolutely loved. Terry Funk I loved. It was 2 of my absolute favorites, just going to war for a whole summer into fall. It was just an amazing time for me to be a wrestling fan. And I'll never forget those memories. So to get that in action figure form right here, very special to me. Very special figure. Easily, far, hands down, the number 1 figure from the Legends line here in 2025. Shout out to Terry Funk. Shout out to the Clash of Champions. Shout out to Ric Flair. Shout out to the I Quit match. How about that? Terry Funk taking the top spot. But what's your list looking like? Put it in the comments down below. And of course, this is my list, so it's 100% right. Just like your list could be 100% right. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out Patreon, YouTube channel memberships for more content. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. And if you like classic legend figures, you better check out my book, The Complete Guide to the Classic Superstars series, available now at Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And you can also pick up my Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers series, also available right now. So for Terry Funk and the rest of the legends, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?